Thank goodness for the chat. I gotta say, with a great big thank you there, Tim. Tim Woods. Shout it out in the chat. Can't hear you. I'm sitting up here just you rattling away and thinking everybody's hearing me loud and clear. And no, I was muted. I was muted because earlier I was doing some studio testing and I had to mute myself because I was getting background sound through the microphone. And so I'm old. Heck, I forgot. Sorry, folks. So for the first minute and a half or so of the stream, you didn't hear me. Yeah. But then some people would prefer not to hear me. That's why they show up on Thursday and Sunday nights, is because I have a panel of people and they can listen to them. They don't have to listen to old Sty. Yeah. I don't care as long as people have a place to go and a place to hang out with each other. It is great to see. I mean, Jack's grandma was the very first one in here, Kathleen, and Rebecca Felter right behind her. There's two sweet gals right there. And then Tim Woods, he jumped in to help me out and say, "Sorry, we're not hearing you, man." That was so good. That's so cool. And me Dibble, there you are. Good evening, me Dibble. Me Dibble says, I love your stories, Sty. You know, I do have to say, I've had people, and it's right on topic for tonight. No time to waste time. I've had people tell me, how can you waste so much time on that YouTube thing, telling your stories and just hanging out with people and stuff? That'd be just like going down to the local corner restaurant down here, sitting in the cafe, drinking coffee with all the old boys and just BSing for hours. What a waste of time. And I try to educate folks and tell them I could agree if people didn't want to hear my stories, if they didn't want to hear my stories, if nobody out there was listening, then I'm just peeing in the wind, Now I'm wasting my time. And if people didn't want to hang out, because we all need friends, we all need communication. If folks didn't need that, and I didn't have the viewership, well, then, yeah, I would agree with these folks that say, Sty, this whole YouTube thing, you're just wasting time. I said, actually, no. I have no time to waste time. No, I haven't got time to waste time. Everything's spicy, saying Sty pull the spicy. Yep, wrong button, wrong time. That's darn right, spicy. Oops. Yep. Hey, strawberry shortcake. Lizanne, sweetie, it's great to see you, girl. Great to see you. Me Dibble says, define wasting time, and anyways, whose time is it to waste? Yeah, whose time is it to waste? That's right. See, and that's the thing is one person's wasted time is another person's treasure. That's no kidding. That's no kidding. I used to, I got put right in my place, and sometimes a person deserves it, I got put right in my place because I had told, my ex-wife went through a spell where she had to have a nap every day. Well, all of our kids were out of the nest, but it was just the two of us, and it was during a period of time where she was unemployed, and in the morning she'd look to see if there's any kind of positions available she might want to take a job, and then after she was done doing a little bit of job search, then she kicked back for the rest of the day. And every day she had to take a nap. Well, her naps could be anywhere from 1 to 3 hours long. But she was still only getting about 8 hours of sleep every 24 hours. She'd take a nap. If she took a nap that was an hour long during the day, come 1 o'clock in the morning, she'd hit the rack and she'd be up by 8. So she'd get 8 hours of sleep, even though she went to bed at 1. If she took a 3-hour nap, she didn't go to bed till 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud, but she was up by 8 and she got her 8 hours of sleep. Well, I couldn't believe it when I told her, "You're sleeping in the middle of the day. What a waste of time." She said, "That's not a waste of time. I'm using that time for my nap." I said, "But you're not doing anything else. You're just napping. You're sleeping through it. What a waste of that time." She goes, "Yeah, but at 2 o'clock in the morning, I do something. I'm doing something." She said, "That's not a waste of time. So I'm not giving anything up. I'm still getting 8 hours of sleep every day. It's just where I apply certain things." And she said, "And by the way," she says, "I consider my naps a hobby." And I love my hobby. I love my hobby. I like to participate in my hobby once a day. Sometimes I do my hobby for an hour. Sometimes I do it for 3 hours. She says, "So when you do your hobbies, do you consider them a waste of time?" Oh, crap. No. So she had me. She had me. Yeah, I got, excuse me. She had me that time. I mean, dead to rights. She's absolutely right. Who defines whether your time is wasted or not? You do. You decide whether that was a waste of time or not. Don't let others go there. Phil, you had to say that. Everything Spicy's out there going, "Wasted days and wasted nights." No, that damn song has been in my mind all day because of tonight's topic. Hey, Caleb Ferris, say great to see you. Kimberly Ferris is in the house. Crazy Ann is around and about. Let's see. Take a quick look at my chat here. Jerry J is here. Great to see you, Jerry. Nice group of folks this evening. Nice group of folks in here this evening. And here you go. I take an hour a day, 3 days a week to do this show. The front end setup and the closeout after the show. If it's a long process, maybe an hour and a half total invested in this show. And I don't consider this show no waste of time. Not one bit. Not one bit. I've learned over the years, or that used to be one of my pet peeves. When somebody says, "Let's do this, this, and this," and I go, okay, but when do you want to do this, this, and this? And they'd say, "Oh, at this time." Okay, I'll be there. Be ready. I'll be there. And I get there, and we're supposed to go off and do this, this, and this at that time. And I end up sitting around there with thumb up my butt for an hour. Come on. We're supposed to go do this, this, and this. And then after that hour go by, I'd go, what a waste of time. But then I realized during that hour, typically I didn't waste my time. I'm sitting there waiting, but I'm looking at what's going on in the world around me. I got the tunes on in the truck and I'm jamming to the tunes. yeah, man, I'm kicking back, I'm relaxing, and I'm a little anxious because we're supposed to leave. Where the heck are they? But really, really, did I waste my time? No, I didn't waste my time. I just had to reapply my time to something different. What's a waste of time is when you're sitting around like that and you got a thumb up your butt and you have a lot of things you could get done during that amount of time. And you, by your own design, decide, I ain't doing nothing. It all needs to be done. I gotta do all these things. But I ain't gonna. I'm just gonna waste my time. Well, no, you may be wasting some time because as time goes on, more things that need to be done pile up. And eventually you get to the point where you're going, oh my gosh, I ain't got no time. I got no time to get things done. I got no time to waste time. I'm a lot of waste time. How many of you have been in that boat? I'm sure every one of you have felt that time when you go, oh my Lord, I can't waste a single minute. I am so backed up, so backed up. So I think most of us go through our days feeling quite often, I ain't got no time to waste. So there's no time to waste time. The Hey TM, it's great to see you. Great to see you. Now today, I'm sure some people would say today that I was kind of wasting time, and it's because I spent, what was it, 3 hours? I watched a stream that was 3 hours long, and that stream, everything in that stream that I learned, I could have learned a different way. I could have learned it quicker than 3 hours. But I realized, no, that 3 hours was not a waste of time because it was a lot of good information. A lot of good information. It was entertaining, informative. I was doing some other things. Yeah, yeah. Not a waste of time. Hey, Joey! Let's see, me dibble. When you're sitting around waiting for someone, it's a learning experience. You learn you can't rely on them to be on time. That's it. And that's it, is don't let things that appear to be a waste of time, don't let that go without you getting some benefit from it. Use it as a learning tool. And I like what me Dibble's saying is, so, and it got that way with my ex-wife. She was one of them. Oh, we gotta go to this and this, and boy, we gotta be in the car and out of here by 2 o'clock. Okay. So I get myself all ready, and I'm ready a half hour before we gotta leave, so I don't have to rush or nothing. But we're not actually gonna pull out till 2:30. I guarantee you. She was always a half hour after the fact. I finally got her convinced into, if we got to be out of here by 2 o'clock, keep saying it to yourself and to me. We got to be out of here by 1:30. We got to be out of here by 1:30. And then by golly, at 1:30, I'm ready to go. Well, I'm ready to go at 1 o'clock. And I'll find something to keep myself busy right up to let's get in the car. But I know from experience, she's got time to waste. I don't. She, you know, I've always got things I want to get done. So Jerry's saying taking time to do nothing or whatever you want to is necessary. I never get too far behind to live. Life is more than just working. Absolutely. I mean, there you go. Jerry's hitting that nail right on the head. I got a really, really good lesson in that this last summer, hosting a campground for 6 months. I had days that the things I had to get done were pretty intense, and they didn't take a lot of time, but they were very, pretty involved. And I'd put 4 or 5 hours into all the things I had to get done for the day. And then I'd tell myself, take the time. You're caught up. You're caught up. Take the time to just waste some time. Instead of never having time to waste time, take some time to waste some time. And I'd sit myself down in a camp chair looking out over the lake, just kicking back, relaxing, and putting my feet up and loving it. Just, oh, this feels so good. And what goes on? That creeps right into your head. Be careful what you look at, because it'll remind you of something that you need to do. And what did I do? Right out of that chair, and I'm off doing something. Then I tell myself, you dope, you're taking time to waste. Go back and sit down. You finish that little job, go sit down. I wouldn't be sitting 5 minutes and I go, I need to do that. And up I go. No. I found I couldn't sit down. I could not sit down and just waste some time. And finally, I taught myself that sometimes wasting time is what you should be doing, that's your occupation for the moment. I'm going to occupy myself with nothing. I'm going to intentionally waste some time. Now, I am a solid backer of intentionally wasting time. As long as you always earmark enough time to get through life and get your things done. Some things, we're just so convinced that we have to always be doing something. Otherwise, we're wasting our time on nothing. We're so convinced of that our whole lives, from the minute we get up until the minute we crash at the end of the day, we spend every moment so worried about what needs to get done. Have you ever stopped to think throughout the day what went on throughout the day and realized, you know what? Some of those dang things, I just wanted to get them done. They didn't need to be gotten done. I was guilty of that just the other day. I was prepping things that I'm not even going to do till next year, till next summer. I'm prepping for it. It's 7-8 months away, and I'm preparing for that. I felt this need. It came to mind, got to get it done. I've got 8 months to get it done. Why did I have to do it in that moment? There was a perfect opportunity to waste time, because that was the only thing on my mind, boy, was to get that thing done. So stop and think about everything you have to get done and then weigh whether or not you really should do that. Does it need to be done? Or is this an opportunity to be able to say, the heck with no time to waste time? I'm going to waste some time. I'm going to go ahead and waste myself a little while. Yeah. Hey, Rebecca Felter, it is so good to see you. And that's it, is, doing nothing or whatever you want, Jerry said. Well, and that's it, that's what I'm trying to ask you folks to consider, is when you're doing whatever you want, do you find at times that the reason you're doing whatever you feel is what you want is actually something that you've convinced yourself is a need? I have to do this. I have to get this done. I have to get it done. No. The benefits of wasting time is that it allows you physically, emotionally, mentally kind of catch up with the game. It recharges your batteries a little bit because you're not going to burden yourself with the wants and needs for a while. That's it. Now, I've known a lot of people that have that's their mantra every day, is I got no time to waste time. And now you waste my, and I think it's for a whole different reason. He loves the saying, ain't nobody got time for that. Well, that's the kind of wasted time that some people just don't understand. Sometimes we just don't want to waste our time on something. And I've had that happen many a time. I'm on an actual task. I got to get something done. This is something that's not a want, it's a need. I got to get it done. I'll give one example. All I wanted to do, and I needed to do, was change a tire on my adventure trailer this summer. I had a tire with a bad valve stem in it, and it was leaking like a bugger. I could fill that tire up, and 4 or 5 days later, that bugger's flat again. Yeah, it was a bad valve stem. Well, you can't fix valve stem with the tire on the trailer. You got to get it off of there. Well, way out at camp, I could take the tire off, put the spare on, and haul the tire to town to have them fix it. So I needed to get that tire off. And I kept trying to figure out when I'm going to have the opportunity to do that. The day finally came, and I said, today is a good day to pull that tire off, and I'll take it back home with me later in the week. I'll just throw the spare on for now. I go to get the jack and all of the equipment I need for getting that tire off, the breaker bar, everything. It took me almost a full hour just to get those things from my truck, which was 30 feet away, to get those things from my truck over to the trailer. It took me almost an hour to do that because people kept stopping in and they wanted to chat. I think I had 3 different people interrupt me in that process. But they didn't have any important questions or anything. They didn't need me for anything other than this just BS. Well, like E-Waste Mike would say, ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah. So they unknowingly were wasting my time because in that hour, I could have gotten all the equipment out of my truck over to the trailer, jacked the trailer up, pulled the tire off, and had the spare on it in that same hour. But after that hour went by, all I had was my jack and my tools right there by the trailer. I get the tire off, and I go and I take the tire off of the spare tire off the front of the trailer. I wheel it over there. Don't even get it up on the hub. And someone shows up. Now, this is 10 minutes. That's all it takes, right? To pull that tire off of the trailer and to put the next one on. It takes 10 minutes. Guess what? It took an hour again because somebody came in and oh, WTF, Mike. Well, I'm about to feel guilty for saying hi now. Well, no. The purpose of this is for people to get involved and share and chat, and that's the purpose. Right? We're not changing tires right now. Yeah, absolutely. Do not feel guilty. We are so glad to see you, WTF, Mike. But Devil says the feeling guilty of not working all the time and wasting time is wrong is a lot to do with society's pressure pushing you, working yourself to death, or you're a failure. Yeah. And that is so true. And I've seen it with a lot of folks of my generation. We were raised by a generation of people that you get up in the morning and you start and you don't waste a minute, man. Production all day. You got to be productive all day. The only time you might get an hour in the evening, sit in front of the TV and do nothing but watch television. Otherwise, your whole day, everything was with purpose, everything was productive, boom, boom, boom. But a lot of people later in life, they retire. It might be because not just of age, but for physical reasons. They can just no longer can produce like they used to. They're just because of age and health. And they go downhill so quick because they don't know how to live in a day where they're allowed to waste some time. They spent their whole life fighting it every single day to make sure they never wasted a minute, that it was always productive. Now, to me, anytime I wasted time where I can actually say I put something aside to do something unnecessary, I always looked at that time as an investment in memories, because it's not that difficult to remember what it feels like to just kick back and waste a little time. And it feels good. It feels so good. Yeah. Hey, Metal Music Maniacs in the house. It's great to see you there, buddy. The WTF Mike saying, do you think it was technology that made us lazy as a culture? I think that's part of it. I really do. I really do think that's part of it. And I think another thing is my generation, a lot of people in my generation, even though they were raised differently, a lot of people in my generation didn't feel that. They felt it was oppressive to take things away from children, that it was cruel and terrible. especially to say, guess what? You're not sitting in front of that boob tube all day long. You're not going to sit there and play video games all day long. Go outside and play. Go outside. Go use your imaginations. Go do something. Something physical. Just it'll help remind you you are alive. The the and I think that it has made us soft and lazy, technology. It really has. You know, I saw on Facebook the other day, somebody said, I'm old enough that I remember the dial phone, and I remember this, and I remember that. And I'm laughing. I'm going, no kidding. No kidding. I remember all that old stuff. I remember when, as a kid, in our household, you were only allowed to make one phone call per day. That's all that kids were allowed to make, was one phone call per day. You can call your friends. You can call grandma and grandpa if you want. You can make one phone call a day. That's it. You're limited to the one. You can receive phone calls, but the folks better hear you tell that person, I can't chat. I already used up my phone call for the day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Or, hey, I can't talk to you on the phone, but let's meet up over in your backyard. You hang up and off you go to go talk to your friend. Yeah. Yeah, Jerry, we had a party line and it was really a pain in the neck. Kathy Gahan's in the house. Great to see you, sweetie. Yeah, we had a party line and it didn't go well for several years. We had that party line. And it didn't go well because my father was the local chief of police. He needed that phone for his job. But at that time in our community, everybody had a party line, except for the government offices. They had individual private lines. Everybody else in the community had shared lines. The party lines were a real bummer. There were times my dad picked that phone up and there's these two old gals that were on there were three people on our party line. And those two old gals be chatting at each other. Yeah. And my dad would get on there and say, ladies, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but could you please hang up? I need to make an important police matter phone call. They tell him go to hell. And he'd say, I know where you two live. Come on, hang up. Let me make this important call, and then you two can talk to each other again. This is our phone conversation, and it's a party line, and you can't tell us when we can and can't use it. So what? You're the chief of police. Go to hell. Yeah. Oh yeah, he had a heck of a time with the party line. And as kids, you'd call your buddy up, and you only get one phone call a day, and you're chatting with your buddy. And he had the same rules at his house. Yeah, you only get to take one call a day, buddy. And so you're chatting away about plans you're going to have for tomorrow, right? And we're going to meet up here and do this and that. And that. That's an important phone call. And one of them old ladies, you could hear her pick up, and she'd go, oh, you rotten brats, get off the phone. I got to make a phone call. Well, ma'am, we're in the middle of a conversation. I don't care what you are. You just get off the phone. Don't waste my time. Oh, yeah, you're going to get on the phone and talk for 3 hours again. You talk about wasting time. We ain't got no time to waste. We only get one phone call a day, lady. You can call anytime you want, 24 hours a day. We only get once a day. Yeah. All blue hairs in the community would listen in on each other. It was nuts. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You talk about the gossip network with party lines in the community. It was just absolutely. At times, it was. Yeah. Yeah. Me Dibble saying you can't really blame tech. Every age had its tech from the start of time. Well, different types of technology have different types of social impact. That's a given. That's a given. You know, the but I do agree, I do understand, do we blame cavemen for inventing the wheel for these teenagers in the 1950s and 60s hot rodding their vehicles, tearing up the streets and getting in very serious automobile accidents and losing their lives because they have no fear because of the technology, the comfort that came from the original wheel. So when that technology reared its ugly head, all of a sudden people are dying from transportation. Do we blame the technology? Well, no. I That's where me Dibble's correct. Every age, every era had its negative impacts from technology. Technology hurts no matter what. But it's what do we do with it? How responsible are each one of us with that technology? That's why I'm saying is, hey, I love tech. I love my computer. I love all the gadgets. I love my electronics. I love my PlayStation. I love PlayStation. And when I was growing up, you didn't even dream of that stuff. You didn't dream of that stuff. Star Trek, for crying out loud. Back in the 60s, us kids watching it going, man, we didn't know they were called cell phones. Beam me up, Scotty. We didn't have a clue. But once we got our hands on them, once it became a reality, we already knew this is going to be sweet, man. We get our hands on one of those communicators that Star Trek's got. Oh my golly. I can call my buddy anytime I want, anywhere I want. I can be out playing in the backyard and I can call my buddy up. No more of this. You can only make one call a day because I'll have the phone in my pocket all the time. Yeah. Yeah. There's a machine that made your coffee. Yeah. Yeah. Microwave. I mean, for crying out loud. Do we need microwaves? No, you don't need a microwave. You need something to cook in, an oven, a stovetop. But what did microwave do? It gave us more time to waste. A meal that you would spend a half hour, 45 minutes preparing on the stove and using the oven now only takes you 8 minutes or less in the microwave. What are you going to do with all that extra time? You got 50 minutes that you didn't have to spend in the kitchen at that stove and doing all this crap. You just stuck it in the microwave and beep, beep, beep. 4 to 8 minutes later, it's done. Sit down, eat. It takes the same amount of time to eat, but it didn't take you any time to make it. Then, guess what? When you're done, I got no dishes to wash. In the worst case, you might have a fork. I use plastic forks, but then I'm even anal about that. I don't like using too much plastic anything. So I wash my plastic forks, but that's all I got. I can spend a whole day and I'll dirty a plastic spoon and a plastic fork and one plastic knife. 3 plastic items. If I didn't wash those, literally, my meal, I have saved an hour every single day for my main meal. What does that hour mean? Can't say anymore. I got no time to waste time. You betcha. You betcha. Hey guys, it's over the half-hour mark. I see Running Water came in the house. It's great to see you there, my son, my boy. But I got to run these 2 little clips. They're the first one is all of my great channel members. The second one is my weekly stream schedule. This only takes a little over a minute to run. And please, folks, don't go anywhere. Check these channels out. They're great. They're awesome. And check the schedule out so you never miss a live at the Sty Shack. And I'll be right back with you. Here we go. Yeah, yeah. What a bunch of great channel members. Hey, memberships are quick and easy. If you'd like to support the channel, you can become a member. The memberships start at under $5 a month. I had someone say, well, it was funny because they constantly were telling me about their Starbucks coffee and what it costs them per day for their Starbucks coffee. I told them for less than what you spend on a cup of coffee a day, you could be a member of my channel. I said, why don't you make your own darn coffee at home for one day and become a member? Yeah, yeah. There's no time to waste time. Click that join button, right? Yeah. No. I'll tell you what, I'm taking a look at the chat real quick. That's never a waste of my time. And Holy Ghost Peppers is in the house. And Raven the Blackbird's in the house. Great to see you, Raven. And Ghost Peppers, holy Ghost Peppers. Yeah, yeah. The TM says, now you got me wanting fried chicken. LOL. Yeah, what a deal. Oh my Lord. Jerry. Oh, that is awesome. Jerry is a new member. Wow, wow. Can't beat that. Welcome aboard, Jerry. We got a new hiker. Yeah, I'll get my tomorrow's Thursday. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be updating my member video. So you'll be on there, Jerry. We'll get you on there for sure, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy yourself as a member. Not too far down the road, I'm going to get back into getting some member content up for you guys, for you members, and we'll try to do something special. Jerry, one thing you can do, let's see here. I'll take a quick look. I'm going to throw it down here, down below in the banner. Here you can see it. There's my YouTube, or YouTube, my channel email address. It's sty.north@yahoo.com. So Jerry, if you would, and you would like me to, send me an email and make sure to use your channel name in the subject or down in the content so I know it's you. But send me an email with your mailing address and I'll get a welcome letter and get you the channel sticker off right away. Right away. I'm finally getting caught up with those things, trying to get caught up. So, okay, what do we got going on here? I got no time. No time to waste time. I got the and feel free to use those emojis there, Jerry. That's what they're there for. My paying members have access to a bunch of fun emojis, and they we found people can use them in many different ways. I don't know what. There we go. But I'll tell you what. I'm in a situation right now where the next. I got a lot of work to do. And I don't have a lot of time to waste time, right? And oh, Kathy, sweetheart, she is such a sweetie. Thank you so much. That is so awesome. That's cool. Super chats, let's see here. I need to give Kathy a big, let's see. I think she deserves something for that. I've got the wrong list here. Where are we? I got the wrong list. I gotta fix that. That doggone the way brands work in StreamYard. kind of messes me up. So there we go. I got them over here. I gotta throw Kathy a big old, big old Sty hug for that super chat. There it is. Oh, yeah, big one, big Sty hug. Yep, yep. The there's a lot of my lord. So yeah, I'm get, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Um, StreamYard has made a lot of improvements to the channel. A lot of improvements through upgrades of the StreamYard program. I now have hosting capabilities. I can have a co-host that has certain capabilities right within my stream. They can help me in a live stream by managing things that go on in the background, like that. I mean, they would be able to, when somebody super chats, they'd be able to throw that super chat up there with a little GIF or little "I love you" popping up. Thank you for the super chat. But my co-host will be able to do those things to help me with the stream. And probably I got to do it before they end the deal right now. If you have a paid subscription, to StreamYard, you're paying for the package. You can opt to add team members and give them certain authorities on your channel for during live streams, and it costs you an extra $9 a month, but that's a tiny amount compared to what it would cost for that person. That person doesn't even need to be a paying StreamYard customer. All they need is a free StreamYard account so they can link those two accounts together, so I can bring them in, give them authority on my channel, actually give them authority to do certain things on my live streams. I can give them enough authority where they literally have as much authority on my live stream as I do. So if something happened to me in the middle of a live stream, my co-host, if they're there and on my team, can jump on and they can take over the stream. They can pull my screen down and they can finish the stream out, close it out, say goodbye, everything. I love that feature. I love that feature. Yeah. OG-san added Groovy as a co-host to his. Yeah. I know the stream's almost over, but I can't put this off any longer. Catch you later, everyone. Yeah, me Dibble's hungry. Hey, me Dibble, thank you for being here. Thank you. I love it because me Dibble, just the channel name stands out so much that I know when me Dibble comes in the house, it's just great. Hi, Kathleen. Jack's grandma's here. I'm glad you found time to stop on in. We only got about 5 minutes left of the stream, but 5 minutes is just as sweet as the whole thing. Just the fact you're here, just love it. Just love it. The never a waste of time to click on Sty Times. My next Sty Times, I think, that's definitely no time to waste time. You don't want to miss it. My next Sty Times is got to do with being understanding. Understanding. I'm sure all of you have heard that at one time or another. You need to be more understanding. We're going to get into that in depth. Do I always have to be understanding? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about there. That'll be Wednesday evening, or I take that back. It is Wednesday evening. That'll be Friday evening at 5 p.m. Central Time. And tomorrow night, around the campfire. We'll be around the campfire tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time. And oh, my stomach's growling. People, me, Dibble, talking about being hungry, craving, people saying craving fried chicken, and it's so late, and I'm like, man. I can't eat like I used to. I can't gorge myself like I used to. But I'm still a food lover, man. So I'm sitting there, my wheels are just a spinning, which helps. This hour-long show, never a waste of time. During this hour-long show, there's a lot of times that a future show comes to mind, a future activity, like what am I going to eat after the show? Now, I've got a really busy schedule tonight because, and that's what I was saying earlier, and before this shuts down, I want to say the next month, I've got no time to waste. I got no time to waste time because the decision's been made. I will be moving from my current home to my son's home either in January or February. I was very worried about the overhead costs of relocating, of getting my things out of here and moved over there. Just try and find somebody to do it all. Well, we got running water and I got it mastered, man. We got to figure it out. I ordered some of these awesome breakdown, heavy ripstop kind of, they're big packing totes, right? They open up, they're like a bag. They open up and they're really sturdy. I chatted with somebody, message back and forth, that got that exact brand and used them for moving, and they are going to work so slick. And I ordered 10 of them. And at this point, I believe I'm only going to need 8 of the 10. I guarantee you I'll find something to put in the other 2. But these packing bags are perfect, man. I pack all 10 of them buggers. They'll all fit on this one cart that we have here in this building. I'll haul them out to the truck. And I got it figured out where all the small stuff in the apartment, other than my studio gear, will get loaded up and moved right after the 1st of January. Whether I move in January or February, it doesn't matter. It's all going to be packed up and moved over there. All that's going to be sitting in here is major furniture and my studio. Running Water said we'll pick a date, a specific date, and he will get routed back home for a couple of days. And we're going to get ourselves a U-Haul truck, back it up to the building here. And Running Water and I are hauling this stuff out of here, get it in the U-Haul. We'll put the couch and that bed that I want to get rid of in the tail end of that U-Haul, run out to the dump with it, get rid of it, run over to the house, and him and I, literally, out of 12 items that need a big truck to haul, only 2 that I can tell, 2 items need to go upstairs in his house. Everything else comes right in the front room and it sits there, and I can rearrange that at my leisure. So the move-in will just be like boom, boom, and the costs will be minimal. U-Haul, with the rental and the fuel, I figured less than $50. Looking at their rates, it'll be less than $50. And the And the rest of the stuff I'd haul over at my leisure in my truck, and it'll all be moved by the time I move. So Running Water says I ordered 8 of those moving bags for Bro to expedite his end. Yeah, you're helping the youngest boy move out of the house so I can move in quicker, eh? See, and that's the thing is I have to give them here, my landlord. That's right in the lease. I got to give them a 30-day notice. So once I'm confident that Running Water and I have a specific date I'm moving out, and it don't matter if the date's January 10th, I'll have to pay the rent for this place for the month of January. But that's the end of it. If it's going to be February 10th, I'll have to pay the rent for February 10th. That'll be the end of it. But it'll give me 30 days up front to give them a notice to tell them this is the day that I'm actually going to be out. I know I'm obligated to pay that whole month. And they said, if we got to use any of your deposit to do any repairs or anything, they said, we're going to be crediting your account back retroactive and only charging you prorated how many days you were in there for that month. I'm good with that. Yeah. So all's going to be going good. Lawn dog is in the house, and we're going to be leaving. It's that time, guys. It's that time. Yeah, I think my move is going to be a good move. I can't wait to be there. Got the same internet access I got. Excellent. Great Wi-Fi on the property. We'll be doing eventually next spring. I'll probably be doing live streams from the backyard. That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. But that's the end of the show for tonight, guys. Hey, tomorrow night around the campfire, hope to see you all there. And I want to thank every single one of you for being here today. You know Sty loves you and looks forward to every time I get to see you. So until either tomorrow night or the next Sty Times, you all have a very nice day and take care. Bye-bye. Don't waste your time.